I am California of the past.
I am California of the past.
I
I am California of the past.
My name is Bonny DePoyster, and I was born in Red Bay, Alabama, and grew up in a town called Corinth, Mississippi. From there I went to St. Louis, Missouri, and joined the Army in St. Louis and was shipped out to California, to Camp Roberts, California. I fell in love with California when I was shipped to St. and I always knew if I survived the war and come back, well, I was going to move to California. So I got out in '46, and I moved out to California. And I went to work in the grocery business and worked for all my life in the grocery business. And I knew right away that I wanted to own the store myself. I wanted to be store manager and then own the store. And so I was working for Safeway, and then in 1950, Freeman Markets opened a store on Jackson Street, and I went to work for them. And pretty soon I made store manager. I knew right then that I wanted to get a store for myself as soon as I felt like I was qualified enough and had the money to do it. And one thing about the store there on Jackson Street, when it rained real hard, underneath the underpass there, it used to flood. And cars would, before they could get it roped off, a lot of times it would be 4 or 5 feet deep, and some of the cars would run into the water. It was quite a show. But anyway, then I worked for Freeman Market till they sold out in 67, or 57, excuse me. And then in 58, I bought a store here on Gadding Road, which was called Fisher's Market at the time, and we changed the name to Venture Market. You know, boy took a venture. And anyway, on Gadding Road there, then the sidewalks weren't paved or anything. They had sidewalks, but they were not paved. And then on Gadding Road there was a sheep ranch and a pheasant ranch, and also a fellow there was raising pheasants. And at that time, this neighborhood was all apricot orchards. And the homes, when they started building them in here, they ran anywhere from 10,000 to 15,000. And then in 1968, I got married, and my wife had 3 youngsters and we had 2 more. And I wanted them to go to Eldridge because I thought that was a real good school. And I bought a house right across the street from the little park there at Eldridge. And the kids all had a ball in that park. It was quite a change when they started building homes in there. But I know when I first bought my house, 4 of the apricot trees were in the backyard that I removed. But anyway, then when I went into the market and Venture Market, it was a real nice neighborhood, and the people there were extremely nice. And I had a real successful business. In fact, I ran it for 50 years in one day. Sold out this year, so it gave me 50 years there. Well, when I went into the grocery business for myself, you had the chain stores, Safeway, Lucky's, and Lewis stores, and grocery business has always been a real highly competitive business. But there was a grocery wholesale house. It was owned by the independent grocery stores. So we were able to compete with all the chain stores as far as price-wise. And I had a real successful business for that reason alone. And I felt like I was highly appreciated in the neighborhood, because a lot of in an independent store, a lot of times a mother's sick or somebody's sick or they're old, and I delivered a lot of groceries at times, which I found people really appreciated, and they showed their support by trading quite heavily with me. I remember one lady that was a real good customer come into the store one day, and she says to me, she said, "Bonnie," said, "I visited my sister over in Castro Valley. She was going to shop at Safeway." She said, "Why don't you go along with me and do your shopping?" So she said, "Every item I put in my basket, I felt bad. Said I put it all back. Here I am." Because the grocery business is a highly competitive business, and I was real successful. I hope I contributed somewhat to the neighborhood, and I did the best I could anyway. And I feel like in my heart that most of the people what really supported me and appreciated everything that I did. I know Eldridge School teacher used to go on an overnighter over at the county hills there, and anyway, I used to furnish all the groceries. Whatever the kids raised, this is what I charged for the groceries. She did it for quite a few years. One year I made money, but anyway, it was a wonderful experience, and I really enjoyed doing that.